So I have to say, this is probably one of the longest way to ask us a question ever, but I think it's quite entertaining. All right, so Nephritary Grace Espiritu Rico asked us on Facebook. Hi, Robin and Laura. I have spent some time watching your videos and they are all very useful and helpful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And well, thank you. We all thank each other. Me and my husband are from Australia and we are going to Queenstown from October 26th to 31st to spend our first year wedding anniversary this year. Congratulations. I'm just wondering if you could help us out with a 6-day itinerary from Queenstown to maybe Christchurch. So she's not sure. We are planning to rent a car to maximize the time. My husband has fear of height, but could tolerate high places when trekking or walking. So I guess that scraps out the heli rides and gondolas. We are more wanting sceneries, caves and iconic places and really just seeing the beauty of New Zealand. We are flying out to Australia from Queenstown too. Thank you so much in advance. All right, so it's an itinerary, basically 6 days around Queenstown or Christchurch and everything. Should we take the map out?
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay, where are we heading?
I really like that map. Queenstown, Milford Sound, Wanaka, Franz Joseph, Tikka, Christchurch.
Yep, that's it.
All right, let's flip it. All right, cool. So you say you're flying out of Queenstown, but you asked us to go from Queenstown to Christchurch, which works well. You can fly from Christchurch to Queenstown, or you can just do one quick drive. Long drive, but
it's still a very long drive.
Yeah, but scenic drive, or just do a night drive or something. So you're gonna arrive in Queenstown, and if you mention that you're not really keen on, or your husband not really keen on hike, well, obviously we're gonna forget about the gondola and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But what we want is that we want to send you straight to Milford Sound. It is an absolute wonderful place, and the best thing is that you may not have to rent a car. You can actually just take the bus. So like that, you actually have plenty of time to enjoy the sceneries. So what we do is that if we were to arrive in Queenstown after flying from Australia, we'll literally do that at first as our first day activity, just so you kind of settle and everything, and you don't have to just get started on driving all the way. So those buses will take you through some of the most beautiful sceneries of the country, the beautiful Fjorden National Park, and then you arrive in Milford Sound, you hop on a cruise, you do a bit of a cruise and you check out this whole place, and then they drive you back. It's all included in a tour with all the food and everything, so you've got nothing to do. It's literally, you land in New Zealand, you treat yourself to probably what we think actually National Park, Fjorden National Park here is some of the best sceneries in the country. So we think it's like you literally can land in New Zealand on day one, see the crown jewel of the country, which will be pretty epic. Once you've done that, then you can pick up your car and you've already saved some money on car rental, which is quite good. And you head toward beautiful Wanaka because oh yeah, I was like, you can't drive from here to there. And you head to beautiful Wanaka, which is really peaceful, really scenic, and I think it's perfect to, kind of do a second honeymoon.
Yeah. So in Wanaka, you can go and do some hiking. There's a couple of really good tracks. There's Roy's Peak, which is really popular. I would say I would kind of recommend it, but it is a little bit too busy. So I would instead go to I think it's called the Rob Roy's Glacier.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is definitely a really good place to go and get some of that beautiful New Zealand scenery, and it's just a beautiful mountainous sort of landscape. Otherwise, there's lots of walking trails around Lake Wanaka itself. You can also do kayaking tours, paddleboarding tours, go to Puzzling World, which is like a crazy illusion attraction park. There's all sorts of, there's wine tours there as well if you're into that sort of thing. We will not suggest skydiving or anything like that if you're afraid of heights, but yeah.
That may be a way to end that wedding way too early.
Yeah.
If you say, honey, I planned a heli hike and a skydive.
Yeah.
Add a bungee to it. All right, cool. So then from Wanaka, you're going to head to Glacier Country. So now if you can't really do the heli hike, there is still some ways where you can actually hike to the glacier face. So at that point, we wouldn't recommend to go to French to the glacier, but just to go to Fort Glacier, where the glacier face is very easy to access. And They're not opening
That's
again?
the one not opening.
Oh God! Well, then you go there.
They're opening.
Okay, so go to French then. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's been a lot of really bad rain lately that has washed a lot of roads right here. It's pretty hard to keep track of what's open, what's closed. But in October, everything should be fixed, so that should be okay for you. But at the moment, we literally receive email every day like this is closed, this is closed. Yeah. Anyway, so you go to French Glacier and you can actually see the glacier face. But if you are, if you want to do the heli hike, you can. Otherwise, there's an amazing hot pools, and there is one of our favorite kayaking tours as well, which is really awesome. You go on what's the name of the lake? Maporika Lake. Which sounds really cool. Someone should do a rap about it. But so there's beautiful Lake Maporika where you can kayak on like a really placid lake, you get beautiful mountain views and everything. It's a fantastic area. And then we think you should head to Tikka because that's very romantic.
Yeah, so after a beautiful drive along the west coast, you'll come to the little town of Tikka, which brands itself as the cool little town of New Zealand. And there you can do greenstone carving, which is this beautiful jade stone which is found in the rivers and along the beaches of the west coast, and it's really a significant part of the Maori culture. And you can go to a few jade carving studios where you can learn to basically carve one of these and make a pendant for yourself, which, if it's on your honeymoon, you can make a carving for each other, which would be pretty romantic.
Yeah, we did that actually. We have a video of us doing that. So we designed ourselves like each other a pendant, and we carved it for each other, which was really cool. Yeah, it's their wedding anniversary now.
Oh, okay, wedding anniversary.
But there's also the sunsets, right?
Yep, so you can go, Tikka is said to be one of the best places to see the sunset in New Zealand, so definitely check out what time sunset is, head to Tikka Beach. And there's lots of driftwood art on the beach as well, which makes some really good photo opportunities. So that's another way to see some of that beautiful scenery of New Zealand. Another really awesome place that you can't miss in Tikka is Tikka Gorge, which is a really short walk to see the gorge, but it's a beautiful photo opportunity where you get to see this big dramatic river gorge with a big blue milky river going through it and beautiful forest as well, so definitely check out Tikka Gorge.
And one of the good things that if your husband is actually really scared of heights, that you don't have to go on the swing bridge. You can literally there is a path that just go literally on the side, and you can go at the bottom of the gorge and still see it and be like, wow, it's absolutely amazing. Or you have to go on the swing bridge, but it's really not that high, and it's really wonderful. So it's probably going to be more mesmerized by how beautiful it is rather than be scared by how high it is, which is really not that high. But yeah, Tikka is what we think is actually one of the most romantic places in New Zealand. There's just so many things that just scream couple, so it's pretty cool. And then you drive through beautiful Arthur Pass, which is one of the best drives in the country. It's really stunning. You're going to see in October, you're not going to see snow-capped mountain, but you're going to see beautiful mountain ranges. You can stop at some beautiful waterfalls as well, so it's like one of the most scenic road trip you will ever do in your life, and you will find like a very different scenery than Milford Sound, so you'll be like, but you're here for the landscape, and that's definitely what you're going to really love. Or if you want, what you could do is that you could drop the car here and hop on the train called the Transalpine, where you literally see all those sceneries, but you don't have to drive, and you can eat some awesome food and all of that. So we have actually a video of that as well on the channel, because the Transalpine is one of the top 10 most scenic train rides in the world. But if you want to drive it, which is totally fine, you just drive it yourself, and it's about the same. They can't follow each other. It's just about the same scenery. And you're right back in Christchurch, where you can see some of the, it's the garden city, so some of the best garden in the country, something really romantic, very nice. And then you make your way to Queenstown. You're there with a very long drive or by flight, but you asked us to finish in Christchurch, so that's the itinerary that we will do if we had 6 days to explore, from Queenstown to Christchurch. So yeah, tell us what you think. If you do like that, like and subscribe. And we hope that it's really useful, and we hope that we help make your wedding anniversary somewhat exceptional. But I think a trip to New Zealand is kind of an exceptional way to celebrate. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Anyway, we are going to be putting a few links in the description below to help you out even more with some more information on each of the locations that we are discussing today.
Yeah.